Hello everybody, I'm Jeff Phillips and welcome to Episode Wednesday. Every week I bring in a new business, and this week I'm bringing back Judy Harrelson all the way from England. Welcome back, Judy.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yes.
I actually just came from Sala City today, but yes, originally from England.
Okay. Why don't you explain to the viewers who you are and what you do?
Okay, thank you. Yes. I'm Judy Harrelson. We own the Glass and Window Warehouse in Sala City and also Harrelson's Home Improvement, which is a green building company.
Okay. So why don't you explain to us what do you mean by green?
Yeah, that's a good question. And obviously green is out there now. People sort of haven't heard that word. We asked that question as far as the construction side goes when we were teaching at the community college. What does green mean? And I'll give you an example. Paint, for example. There's no VOC and low VOC paint. And when we were using no VOC paint on people's homes who were chemically sensitive, for example, we found that it didn't really hold up. You know, it was kind of flaking off in a short amount of time and had to be repainted. So we questioned that, and you know, the embodied energy in having to repaint it, the paint cans and all of that, to me that is not as green. When we painted our house, which we did Project Home, which we put up on the website to kind of show how products work in real life situations, we used low VOC paint, which was actually off-gassed within 24 hours, so it wasn't a big deal from that point of view. But it has held up, and now 8 years later, we still have perfectly good paint on the walls.
Okay. So explain to me, I'm just a hairy homeowner who likes to paint every once in a while a room here or there, but what is the difference between VOC paint and non-VOC paint?
Okay, well, VOC is the volatile organic compounds, and that just basically means essentially the smell that comes off it. And so smell has sort of an off-gassing, a time period. You know, when you spray something, you can smell it, and it dissipates after a certain amount of time. So that's kind of what you look at, is how long does it take for that to go away? Because if you can smell it, you're probably absorbing it in you as well.
Okay. So, well, that leads me to the next question, which is air quality. And obviously, air quality in your home is very important. Can you just elaborate on how someone might be able to make that greener, or some things they can do to make it better?
Absolutely. And this is a big issue now because, of course, we're making homes tighter and more energy efficient. And so the indoor air quality issue is becoming a lot more important than it used to be. And of course, there's so many chemicals out there. And the EPA even are saying now that there are so many of them. You know, we know the basics, like, for example, bleach and ammonia. You can't mix them because they're lethal, right? But there's so many others out there that they're mixing together. And we don't really know the effects of all of these things. But we do know that when you, for example, you clean your shower, I make a joke about this, you hold your nose and run because of the spray. And so we kind of looked at those, and so we are working with people to help them with safer products that really don't have those problems. And, you know, the EPA is now doing studies showing the risk of cancer. I mean, we know about allergies, asthma, even chemically induced pneumonia is now becoming fairly prevalent. We've got eczema that's a lot more prevalent because of the stuff that people are just getting in contact with. There's an EPA study that actually showed that the toxic chemicals in people's homes are 3 times more likely to cause cancer than outdoor air. I mean, that's pretty significant, I think.
Okay. So talking about the EPA, do they regulate anything on like shampoos or creams and stuff like that?
Yeah, the EPA doesn't, and neither does the FDA, actually. They don't regulate. There's up to 800 additives that are allowed in shampoos, and people don't, I think, realize there's formaldehyde, there's parabens, there's sulfates, there's a lot of chemicals in things, even toothpaste. You know, why do you need formaldehyde in shampoo? Because it wants to last longer? I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense. When you can use something that's very effective and actually is perfectly safe.
Okay. Well, very good. Thank you for the information. And for all of you out there that would like more information on it, as we just basically touched the tip of the iceberg with this one, Judy would be happy for you to contact her, I'm sure, to get more information, or go to the website at the end of this video. That's it for this week. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye. Hello everybody, I'm Jeff Phillips and welcome to this week's webisode. Every week I bring in a new business to help give you tips and advice within their industry. And today I have Judy. And Judy, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Why don't you explain to everybody a little bit about what you do and who you are?
Okay, hi, thank you. Yes, I am Judy Harrelson. We own the Glass and Window Warehouse and Harrelson's Home Improvement in Sala City. So it's a full-service glass shop, of course, and we also, the Harrelson's Home Improvement is a construction company. We do feature green building primarily.
Okay, well, why don't you explain a little bit how did you get into the green building business?
Yeah. Well, of course, I grew up in England, so as a teenager, my parents introduced me to the Conservation Society, and they were really, sort of on the forefront of looking at these sort of environmental issues. And so one of the things my parents did is they put solar panels on the roof of the house, and which was really amusing as a teenager because, of course, when the solar panels the sun was out and the solar panels were producing heat for the hot water, my father would say, okay, it's time to take a bath. And it was 2 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon, not exactly the ideal time for a teenager, but I got the point of it, and it was more than just, the saving energy on our own, which of course it did, saved energy on our own energy bill, but it also was looking at the bigger environmental picture, and I realized they were looking at issues that were going to be way past when they were going to be here. So I just thought that was really important impact to me. So when I came over here in the 80s, and I just started working with people that were more passionate about, either architects or builders that were passionate about the environment. And then we started, Mike and I, my husband, started our green construction business, Harrelson's Home Improvement, about 10 years ago.
Okay. So do you have any ideas on to help people on how they can maybe save money within their home and making it greener and whatnot?
Yeah, absolutely. When we built our house, we call it Project Home. And so what we did is we tested a lot of regular products that are out in the marketplace that are used in construction of how do they work in real life situations, because a lot of people, you don't really realize, the impact of them. So people are welcome to go to our website and get all of that information for free, of course. We also work directly with people and go out to their homes and make suggestions of ways that they can save money. So it might be looking at the hot water used, it might be caulking their windows, that kind of thing. And they can do it themselves. We just show them what to do. I guess the other thing we might do is with our glass shop, for example, we work with people like if they had an old window that's a metal or a wood window, it's usually putty glazed. And putty glazed is very time consuming to remove all of that. And so if a customer is willing to do their own sweat equity, they can actually remove that putty glaze themselves, which saves several hours of time for us doing it. And saves them money. And then they have a more energy efficient window, of course, because then we can put in a more efficient glass. And I actually brought an example here
Okay.
to show you. This is called an IG. It's an insulated glass unit, whether you can see that. But it's 2 pieces of glass initially, really, with just either air or gas in between. And that makes the window very efficient. And so what people do, they'll come to us and they'll find either one piece of glass is broken, or else it's cloudy, which means that the insulation is missing in it. So you're not getting any insulated value in this anymore. And so we can just replace this instead of replacing the whole window.
Oh.
So that can save people a lot of money as well.
Fantastic. Okay, now do you offer any type of workshops or, to help people save money in other ways?
Yeah, we do actually. We've recently done, we did a water filter workshop. So this is a way that people came and they actually built their own water filter. And it has, of course, charcoal in it. But for less than $20, they could come and they could do it themselves and build a water filter that then filters out any of the harmful impurities in their house. And it makes your hair so nice and soft.
Very nice. Well, good. Well, fantastic. Well, I think that was some really good information and tips. And if any of you out there would like more information, please feel free to check out the website at the end of this video. And if you want to continue this conversation online, feel free to add some comments below. So that's it for this week. Until next time, take care.